if you really drill down to the local broadcast marketplace and the local station groups, they are content creators, owners, and station actually owners, right? So they're out there driving, building the content, driving the piping to deliver the content, and then also in market selling and aggregating demand. So this change from traditional linear over to streaming is a huge adjustment for them, right? Linear has been the bread and butter of their business for decades and decades, and now they're moving into having to figure out how to adopt and adapt streaming.
Now, amid this change, how has MadHive helped broadcasters transition from linear to streaming?
Yeah, so MadHive first started by actually sitting down with one of our clients today and listening to them and hearing an issue and challenge that they had in the market, right? We are now in what we jokingly call the third renaissance of television, and as we moved into that, we started to realize that these problems that the national marketplace experienced maybe 3-5 years ago, the local marketers are now starting to experience the same. And historically, the local marketplace, they do not have the same access to tools and tech as the national marketers do. So by sitting down with the clients and hearing any challenges they had, or trying to figure out how to improve their workflow, right? Their systems are all pretty legacy systems that they've been working off of. We started to help them solve these complex solutions and teeing it up to support their organizations, which are heavy traditional linear buyers, planners, and sellers. So we gave them top-tier tech that they can implement, integrate, and use out of the box to adopt and move into the streaming environment.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating, this idea about local. You don't always hear it covered everywhere. So I'm curious to know, though, how do your roots in local play in MadHive's evolution?
It's a great question as well. So, local is more complicated. It's more complex. There's a large volume of small campaigns. There's hyper-targeting going on with regards to audience on top of zip codes, on top of content, right? So to nail any one of those things is a big challenge, and even the top tech that's out there today struggles to do so. So by us starting in local and building tech that's 5 years old for the marketplace today, that's very different than 15, 10-year-old tech, and very different from device IDs and display advertising. It kind of forced MadHive to start thinking about things in a different way. And with that, we've kind of moved on into the forward thinking of, okay, we do now have the ability to provide our clients with forecasting, planning, measurement, attribution, execution, and all those tools are built out custom for every one of our clients, but we're not done with TV yet, right? So we have to continue to solve those challenges that we hear today at the Beet Retreat. How can we continue to pull in traditional linear more and continue to supplement and enhance what they're doing on their traditional linear schedules with streaming and video and online video and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you more about this local focus. In terms of working with some of these local brands, local retailers, maybe car dealerships, there's so many different categories in the local television advertising. Could you just tell us how it's translated to help these kinds of companies?
Yeah, I mean, we provide our clients with tools to support their end clients, which ends up being, the auto, the retail, QSR that you just mentioned. So they now have the ability to hyper-target ads into households, right, that are within mile radiuses or zip code locations of who they're looking to reach. They can provide foot traffic measurement now to say, hey, these households saw your ad and these households actually converted. Let's continue to optimize the schedules. So in a market that did not have a lot of tools in their belt to go and hyper-target or deterministically measure outcomes or optimize and reduce all of the waste, we are now helping all these folks start seeing it. So how does that manifest to these brands and the local regional agencies? It's really, they are now able to reduce a bunch of waste. They can look at how their schedules are performing cross-screen, linear and connected TV or OTT. And they can also now kind of consolidate all of that view into one platform, which makes their workflows much easier.
Now, finally, and I don't know if you can answer this question, but I just would like to hear your insider perspective on what's next for MadHive.
Yeah, so we're local at our roots, and we really love the local marketplace. So we're going to continue to help local as much as we can. So starting to move into other channels that are part of reach extension out of TV, display retargeting, for example, or audio, digital out of home, right? So starting to add on those channels and building it for today, making sure that it matches what everyone's doing across all of their buys, and that they can still control it the same way that they can control everything else. Outside of that, just continuing to lean in closer to the traditional linear side. We're going to release a linear planning tool soon, where folks can now look at that teed with their OTT and plan all at once instead of just forecasting avails. And yeah, anything that our clients come to us with issues or challenges, we take that on, and it's fun and it's exciting for us. So that's where we're going.